Greetings, peace, love, and wellness, my friends. My name is Samari, and welcome back to my channel, Ready to Enlighten. So today we are on day 6 of my 30-day, 30 minutes a day yoga challenge. Today is Saturday, so this is a day that I do like yin yoga, yoga that is actually relaxing and restoring. Because a lot of times, Monday through Friday, we're on a hustle bustle of life. So our weekends is my self-care, my self-connection day. So if you're ready, come into a relaxed seated position, legs crossed or however comfortable for you. And we'll start off by taking some deep inhales to bring ourselves to the present moment. So as we inhale, we want to visualize us bringing all the energy from the base of our spine through our body into our mouth and hold it there. So take a deep inhale and exhale. Again, we want to take a deep breath, bringing in all the things that was in our body, that was stored in the body from this week accumulated. Again, inhaling, exhaling. One more deep inhale and exhale. Now allow our body to release and relax more. We'll bring our head to the right side, to that right shoulder, and gently roll our neck around to the left shoulder and back. Just gently loosening up ourselves, releasing our mind, releasing any thoughts, any insecurities, any stress, any worries. We're just taking this moment to really be caring for ourselves, our mind, our body. Now go in the opposite direction, rolling towards that right shoulder and back around. Take a note of any tension we might feel in our neck or in our shoulders. That is where we store our stress. This is where we try to breathe energy into those spaces. Breathe comfort and relaxation. And just come back into a neutral space in our head and gently begin to roll those shoulders back, connecting to the upper back where I said we store all our stress and worries. We'll just tune in and give it a massage by rolling it back, allowing these anxieties to just roll off our shoulders. Breathing consciously with every roll. And then we'll roll our shoulders forward, allowing ourselves to relax even more. With each roll, take a notice if it feels like it's getting looser. You're able to tap into that area, that space in your shoulders that seem tight or restricted. Now let's release our shoulders and extend our hands out to the side and gently rotate our arms from side to side. Again, connecting to our back and our arms. And feel free to go at your own pace. Go as gently as you feel. Just connecting here. And release the arms back down. Then we'll gently roll our middle section. Connecting to our back. Connecting to our hips. Well, the hips ain't moving, the hips are open, but the upper part just disconnecting. Sometimes we could be so stiff in our body, and it just needs a little attention, a little separate pampering, and go the opposite way. Just allowing. Then we'll release that. And then come on to all four. Bringing our knees spread wide, our feet together to touch, and gently bring the back of the body towards the feet, resting our butt onto our feet and extending our arms straight out, allowing the head to rest onto the mat. Breathing here, relaxing even more. Stretching in the back, connecting through the body. This pose is called child's pose. So in this space, we're tapping into that inner child, like we're going into the womb and surrendering to ourselves. Our hips are open and activated. We're just in our safe space. Allow the breath to flow through this position. Flow from your fingertips to your toe tips. And we'll come back up onto all four. And come onto the front of our body, releasing ourselves onto our stomachs, bringing our arms near the head space, but releasing our head to the mat. Breathing here. And when you're ready, we'll gently lift our shoulders and chest off the floor, keeping our hands planted to the mat, hips and chest, stomach still, hips and stomach still relax onto the mat, legs still matted to the mat. We're breathing here. And release your head back down to the mat. Then we'll gently walk our hands back to our ab area. Breathing here. Planting them down firmly, bending at the elbow. And then we'll gently press against the mat, lifting ourselves up, straighten out the arms, lifting the hips and pelvis off the floor, stretching in the back, shoulders back, chest lifted. Breathe here. And release ourselves back to the mat. Releasing the shoulders and the arms to the mat, palms facing up. Breathing here. Releasing, surrendering our body. Then we will see if we can grab a hold of our feet and gently lift our shoulders off the ground and grab a hold of our feet. If you can reach, if not, you could just lift our feet, bring our feet towards the butt in the back. Just grab a hold of it and stretch here and breathe, releasing the head back onto the mat. And we'll release our legs. Bringing our hands back to the shoulders, planting them to the ground, and lifting ourselves back up onto all four. Knees about hip distance apart. We'll take this right knee, bring it up in between the palms, and extend this left leg back. Here we will rest, open our hips, and walk our hands back. Breathing here. Holding into ourselves, hands, palm placed to the ground, to the mat, giving us the support. Then we will walk our hands on the inside where the right foot is resting and take a hold of that back left leg and twist open, twisting and opening our back. Don't worry if the hips are not resting to the floor. Keeping our right hand on the floor for support, or you can bring it onto your knee. And release that left leg. And we'll walk our hands towards the front of the mat and bring our head to the mat and breathe here. And when you're ready, come back up, pressing our hands to the mat. Untuck that toe on the left side, bringing that right knee behind us. And we're on all four again. Now we'll bring that left knee in between the palms and extending that right leg back. And walking our hands back, having our hands supporting our stretch and our back, opening through the hips. Breathe. Chest lifted, shoulders back. Then we'll walk our hands on the inside where this left foot is. Take a bind around that right foot, twisting open. And we will release the right foot, walking our hands back forward and releasing our head to the mat. Then we'll bring both hands again, planted to the mat, untuck our toes on the right side, shifting ourselves up. This time we're pushing our hips all the way into the air. Come onto the balls of our feet or bringing the whole foot down to the mat. Placing our hands flat to the mat, fingers face it. And we turn ourselves to upside down V. Breathing here. You can feel free to bend one leg, straighten the other, bringing any mobility and flexibility in our feet. But we're really engaging, allowing the hands to be pressing against the mat as it's creating resistance, strengthening our arms. You can release the walking and just breathe here. Making our back flat, turn ourselves to upside down V. On our next inhale, we're gonna take this right hand, lift up, keep the left hand engaged, bring the right hand into the left outer foot and twist open and release. Then we'll get the opposite side, bringing the left hand into and around to grab a hold of the outer right leg and twist open and release. Then we will slowly walk our hands back towards our feet in a forward fold. Breathing here. Then we'll come up halfway, flat back, look forward. Exhale, fold. Then we're gonna take swooping arms and hands from the hip and rise up, bringing those fingers above our head, reaching high towards the sky, chest lifted, shoulders back, and exhale, releasing the arms out to our side. And release that. We will come to the center of the mat to go into warrior three pose. We will keep our right leg planted flat to the mat, engaged, and then slowly walk our left foot back and extend it straight out. Focus on the drisi that's not moving in front of you as you extend your legs back out. And release. And walk that out. We'll next go into tree pose. Here, we will keep our right leg planted to the floor, grounding and rooting it into the mat. We'll take our left leg, bring it to the heel of the left leg, bring the heel of the left foot to just above the ankle on the right leg, creating like a V-like shape in that. Bringing our hands to prayer mudra. Here we will breathe, visualizing ourselves planted, rooted, grounded, stable in our foundation, in our body, in our knowing. Just breathe. And if this is enough for you, feel free to stay here. But if you would like to take this pose a little bit deeper, we will bring that left foot and plant it just above or just below the knee, not directly on the knee, but that will cause you to put too much pressure and potentially blow your knee out. So we want to be safe in all these poses. So go ahead when you're ready. Inhale, bring in that foot up and plant it wherever you feel where you want to plant it. Just breathe. Again, grounding in our body, grounding in our wholeness, and try to focus on something in front of you that's not moving. And if you want to extend your branches up to the air, breathe. And release. Walking that out, taking that out. Here, we will take our legs Spread them out wide, keeping them pointed forward. And extend our hands out into a star pose. Breathing, our chest is lifted. The energy is flowing. Then we're going to hinge from the hip and dive down towards the floor. And plant our hands flat to the mat, bringing the toe tips and the fingertips to match. And when our hands come to the floor, just allow our back to release to the mat, folding onto ourselves, breathing, allowing. And if you want to walk your hands back some more so you can fold even more, feel free to. And when you're ready, we'll hinge from the hips and rise up. Bringing our hands back to the side. Then we're going to actually tip over, bringing our right hand to that right shin or thigh and extending this left hand up and reaching over for a deeper stretch. Then we're going to go ahead and release this left hand, bringing this right hand up and over. Breathing here. And release. And we'll tilt ourselves back up. Walking that out. Making our feet forward with a little bit more space than the hips. Here we extend our arms up into the air. Exhale, as we bring our arms down, lower your hips down as well so we can go into a low squat. Breathing, bringing our hands to a prayer mudra here. Feel free to rock yourself out, lower. Keeping the feet flattened to the floor, back erected. Breathe here. Allow yourself to be open. And we will release, coming to a seated position. Bringing our knees to our chest, hugging on ourselves. And release the legs straight. Walk them out a little bit. Then extend our hands up into the air. Fold forward toward the toes. And release. And come into a seated position. Here we're just gonna take a moment and bring ourselves into our present awareness with a little bit of meditation. After our practice, our mind should be a little bit more clearer. Focus should be a little bit more clearer. Now we will just allow our breath to just flow through our body. Allow our energy to be magnetized, amplified, and transformed. Here, we can just visualize ourselves in a peaceful bubble, white light all around us. Our energy is restored. We are whole. We are at peace with ourselves, internally and externally. Our body is in its optimal wellness. Our mind is in its optimal wellness. Any thoughts begin to surface in your mind, just allow it to surface, observe it, just don't interact, just allow. Then right now we are in a surrender mode. We're not making anything bigger. No thoughts become bigger or closing us in. We are free. So our thoughts should be free to ruminate and roam without no control. When you try to stop controlling things, that's when things just naturally flow or go away. Surrender to your moment, surrender to your peace. You are enough. You don't need validation. You don't need perfection. For going this way, come as you are, that is powerful. You have purpose. Allow yourself to be engulfed in a pink light of love and compassion for yourself, self love, self healing, self acceptance. When you're ready to come out, begin to wiggle your fingertips, wiggle your toes. We'll take a deep inhale and exhale. Slowly open your eyes. I'd like to take this time to bow to you and thank you for showing up for your practice today. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. Until next time, peace, love, and wellness.